Hello guys and welcome back to MRC-X. We are here in Imola where it's actually really cloudy. Qualifying will start very soon. We've got an enthralling title battle in the elite tier today with Kid Dynamite and Mr. Saviour going tooth and nail for that championship. Today I'm joined by a man that knows what it feels like to win a title in MRC-X. And that is Mr. Carl Edens. How are you?
Not too bad, Connor. I mean, you know what it's like to win a title as well because you won. No, sorry, you got beaten,
thanks,
didn't you?
Thanks. Yeah, cheers, Carl. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely amazing. What? I get mugged off after inviting him on comms with me. Yes.
Great success.
Yeah, well, that's me done for. But, are you excited for today?
Well, how can't you be when you've got a grid full of great drivers at a what can be a quite demanding track at times with some of the high-speed nature of it?
Yeah, it definitely can. It's going to be like, I mean, we've seen a few good races this week. Obviously, I didn't take part in Tier 3, so I haven't raced here myself, but I personally really dislike this track anyway. But I don't know how you feel about it.
It weren't too bad for me, but it's one of Imola was one of the tracks that I just can't seem to get a decent rhythm on, and obviously it's shown because I qualified at the back in Tier 2 and then had a few dilemmas and whatnot, but finished P11th just off the point, so that's probably the best I could have hoped for. But anyway, enough about Monday, it's Friday!
It is, and it's title battle time. We're going on board with everyone's least favourite Chris Bailey on the mediums. He's obviously rather confident. So, heading down to turn 1, he's going to break around about the 60-metre mark to make it into the tight left-right, which is really tough. Into turn 3 is pretty much flat out through there. Now, into turn 4, which is a big challenge because you've got to get that right for the line into turn 5, and he's absolutely spot on those medium tyres. Those tyres are looking very planted early on. Maybe they're not such a bad tyre to qualify on. Well, the guy in front's just got out of the way. I think it's Error Voice. He's done very well there. So now into the place where Lando Norris loved to invalidate. Chris has gone really wide and had a huge twitch, but he's just about somehow not invalidated. The cheating person. But now he heads down to the chicanes, which if you take too much sausage, you're going to be left unbalanced. And that is never good. But Chris is really smooth and pushed the limits well and truly through there. But now he heads down to Ravazza 1. How late is he going to brake for it? Reasonably late on the brakes. He's on the medium, so it's not going to be as late as normal. But he takes all the exit curb, but just about doesn't invalidate. And now across the line, what's the benchmark going to be? A 1:17.7 on mediums. Wow.
The thing is, though, that's just on an out lap and then a flying lap. I bet if Chris probably did it right, he would fill that car to at least do 2 runs, because if a second run on the mediums would usually come out better than a first lap, but a 17.7 on the mediums is not bad at all. But obviously we've got G-Star who's provisional pole on a 17.1, so not that much quicker than Chris on the mediums.
No, definitely not. But don't forget the track is still green, and I think it's going to be reasonably cold as well, because if you look at the cloud cover, that track is probably a lot colder than normal.
There's quite a lot of cloud about, so if anyone could probably tell us what the weather's looking like for race-wise, Saviour puts in a 16.7.
Yeah, that's some lap from Saviour.
Elite
Good
championship
benchmark.
Leader as well, so he's having to
He is.
put his foot down.
I don't think we're going to see a normal Kid Dynamite last the first challenge today, because he's not the man in the ascendancy seat today, is he? He's the man that's really got to...
No, he is the
challenger in some way.
Yeah, he is the predator, whereas Saviour is the prey, because obviously Kid's chasing Saviour down in that championship, which, if I'm not mistaken, is only 10 points between the two of them going into tonight.
It most certainly is. It's definitely going to be a battle for the ages. I mean, it could make Silverstone next week that much more interesting, especially over a 100% distance. It's going to be... If it gets there, it's going to be a battle for the ages next week. That is for sure. It's going to be nice to have a championship actually go down to the final week with Tier 1 as well. So...
Kid on his opening lap has gone fourth on a 17.5, so...
Yeah. That's only 2/10 quicker than Chris on mediums.
Yeah. A little bit off the
going again, by the way.
Yeah, he's gone for a second lap on the mediums, which is probably the best thing to do.
I don't think he's charged his ERS up all the way there. Oh, he's gone really wide, he's invalidated. Chris's lap is done there. We've got two debutants in MRC tonight as well. We've got YouTube Manu and Nikolai Lima. They are both new guys in MRC, so it's great to see them try their hand in for the first time. Oh, Martin's had a big twitch out of Ravazza too. That is not going to have helped him at all, but up to P10, he's probably lost a good few tenths there though out of the second Ravazza. I'll tell you something, 16 viewers already.
Decent banker though with 17.9, so he's got a good benchmark to improve from.
Yep, he most definitely does, but I mean, he's definitely probably got at least 2 to 3 tenths just out of the second Ravazza, so...
Yeah.
That'll be a big plus for him. Nick BT, good first lap from him. He's into P8. The champion, the Challenger tier champions, popped it into P7. So, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Uncle Sam finish tier 1 on track in first place this week?
I don't know, because I didn't really follow tier 1 that. I didn't really watch much of
so I didn't
tier
see
1.
I know G-Star actually got the win in the end, but
I know, he got the time removed or whatnot, but I can't remember who won it out on track.
Yeah, neither can I, but I know Uncle Sam was definitely strong here. He put in a strong showing in tier 1. I know that much for sure. G-Star got the win in the end. Toby into P2,
Toby
wow.
second on a 16.9.
I will continue the trend that everyone's been setting. Toby for tier 1.
Well, I already know something that probably everyone else would probably speculate.
Yeah, I think I'm probably on board with you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not going to say it though because it'll spoil everything, but yeah, I think we can all gather what tier he's going to be in for next season.
Yeah, that is for sure. I mean, he's absolutely run away with the title this season. In tier 3, I mean, I know trying to compete, well, I haven't competed with him, I've barely seen him all season. The only time I saw him was when he was lapping me in Bahrain. So...
I've hardly seen him when he's reserved in tier 2 because he's been too far up the track.
Yeah, the guy is definitely crazy quick. But let's not make his head too big on comms, shall we? Let's bring him down to earth a little bit. But nah, I'm joking. He deserves the credit he gets.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment everyone's managed to get a time in apart from. RFC Danny, who's currently on a flying lap right now as he goes through Tamburello, and obviously Nikolai Lima has obviously not managed to set a time in because every lap he's put in is invalidated, so those two are yet to put their benchmarks in.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Chris Bailey's dad is in the YouTube chat saying greetings speed freaks. I mean, Carl loves a bit of speed, don't you, Carl?
Well, Monza is my favourite track of all, so kind of, yeah.
I'll tell you something, me and you can be Ferrari buddies because Monza's also my favourite track.
Funnily enough, I'm a big Ferrari person, yet I've never driven for him in a tier properly yet.
You need to change that. You need to go in the Ferrari. I had my best season in Tier 3 in a Ferrari.
Well, for season 10, I'm torn between two particular cars that I wish I'd like to drive, and that would be Ferrari or the Mercedes. But those two seem to be the two most popular cars, especially the Ferrari, amongst drivers in the league.
Wait, can I just speak this out loud? You just said you want to drive a triangle. Is this what
what's wrong
you
with
just said?
What's wrong with the triangle?
I mean, the triangle in the F1 2023 game, I could just about accept because it is somewhat good looking. This one is literally a Toblerone that's silver.
It's the silver bullet. What are you on about?
And you have the worst driver in F1 history driving for them. Alright, he's not.
Max doesn't race for Mercedes.
You leave Max alone, even though I'm not even a Max fan, but still leave him alone. I can't say anything, I'm a Ferrari fan and I just get my heart broken.
I mean, to be honest, you may not be a Lewis fan, but you got to respect what he's done in the sport as well as outside it. You've got to respect his accolades, that's for sure. Yeah,
it's as I've always said. Oh! Lorpe's just had a moment, he's gone round it, I think it's the second Ravazza, yep, he's just lost the traction on the exit. Let's go and have a look at Uncle Sam. As for Hamilton, yes, no one can deny what he achieved. He is probably the GOAT, as much as it kills me to say it. But it doesn't mean I have to like him as a person. I can still appreciate what he's done, but him as a person I can't stand, personally.
Martin's in the YouTube chat saying he's gone for the MRC colours tonight for his car. Well, you don't say. It's very purple and yellow.
I'm going for... he actually is going for MRC-X colours, is what I am.
Well, the colours for MRC-X looks more of a yellow and a navy blue. No, like a dark navy blue.
MRC-X is yellow and purple. Look at my profile picture. On Discord. That is the colours for MRC-X.
Maybe later, because we've got a qualifying session to commentate on.
Oh wait, there's something on the screen? Nikolai's actually set a lap time as well. He's got one on the board. It's good to get a benchmark.
Chris Bailey currently on pole with a 16.723.
Makes you want to throw up seeing him do well.
Oh, speaking of Chris Bailey, his livery, the red and
Sagan's
white,
had a really big moment. Sorry. Yeah.
Livery. Chris's livery, the red and white, is nothing to do with Ferrari. He's not in the YouTube chat at the moment, but I'm going to give Manouche a little shout because he came up with the idea. It's Turkish inspired because of obviously the earthquake that happened in Turkey, so it's like paying homage to that country. And it was Manouche's idea,
I'll be honest,
Chris decided to roll with it.
I did wonder, because I thought they are very random. I couldn't imagine Chris in a red car, to be completely honest. But no, very nice, Chris. I mean,
I thought
it's for a good cause.
I thought I'd give Manouche. Yeah, I know he's probably not in the YouTube chat at the moment, but I thought I'd give Manouche a shout because it was his idea.
Yeah, Martin's wishing Nikolai good luck in his first race. We've also got another one. We've got YouTube Manu as well, so we've got
He's
two
currently
new ones.
14th on a 17.9.
It is. It's a very good opening lap from Mr. YouTube
Who
Manu.
is on an out lap at the moment.
Yeah.
He's gone for like his livery is very military-esque. You know the
I really like it.
The tone of green. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Actually,
probably hoping drivers undeterred and unseen, going for a stealthy look.
Yeah, Doris has just had a big moment as well. He's running the pink Alpine by the looks of it.
Oh, is he the one that lost it on the exit of Villeneuve on the track map?
Yeah, he's literally just lost it there, but he is the man driving next season's 1-2 Bahrain, Jeddah and Australia Alpine is what he's driving by the looks of it. So I'm guessing that's his inspiration. It's got to be. Why else would you drive a pink car?
I would probably say the same thing. It needs to be a light, in my opinion though, it needs to be a lighter shade of pink. I think that's a slightly darker tone than probably the pink that they're running. It needs to be a lighter shade, in my opinion. But
I'll be honest.
I can't help being a critique.
I prefer Doris's pink, and 2, you're like the livery goat, so let these guys have their fun, alright? We know you're the best at liveries, but still.
I'm not the best at liveries. I'm just a critique because I like my I like to be creative and whatnot. So
yeah. No, you've come out with some good ones. I remember your what one was it? Was it the Lola Mastercard? That one was so random, but very, very good. I think I gave you livery of the day for it as well.
I wanted to think. I like to think probably liveries of cars that most people either forgotten or can't remember.
I'd never even heard of it, if I'm being completely honest. Until you brought it out, and then you posted a picture of the actual car. I was like, wow, that's pretty good.
I don't know if he set the actual fastest sector overall, but Doris has gone purple in sector 1.
Oh, that's a good start. Oh, I was just watching RFC Daddy, and he's gone absolutely flying off the track. Nick BT, wow, his car is very stealthy. Wow.
I'm just staying with Doris to see where he goes.
Yeah, let's go see Doris. After though, go and have a look at Nick BT's car. It is something else. But he's coming into the first revat, so let's see. Could this put him anywhere near the top 3? I didn't see if he was up at the end of the middle sector, but let's have a look. What's Doris gonna do? 17.2.
17.2.
Keeps it where he is.
Yeah, but he's improved on his time.
Yeah, Nick BT has backed out. So,
ooh,
how good is that livery though? How stealthy is it?
As Doris has retired at Tamburello.
Yeah, he's had a moment on the exit. I would.
Yeah, Nick BT is very dark and mysterious.
It is. It's like very, very stealthy. Kid is back out on track. Saviour had a moment on his last run. This is where all the pressure's going to come out though. Kid needs to be starting right on board pretty much with Saviour, so let's see.
I've just jumped on with Toby as he came through Aqua Minerale.
Can I just point out though, the top 3 separated by the top 4 separated by 700ths. Well, until Chris has just gone and done that. But
yeah,
that is some time from Chris.
Chris spoiling the party as always.
Yeah, the man I'm going to watch though is Mr. Kid Dynamite. Let's see. He needs to be closer to Saviour. Otherwise his championship could be coming to an end as of today. Saviour needs to outscore him by 17 points to secure it today. So we shall see. Banstorp's retired from the session.
Tamburello.
Yeah, he's had a moment.
He's gone off at Tamburello. Yep.
Let's have a look. What's Kid gonna do? I missed his first sector, I'm not gonna lie.
He did a 51 in that first sector. Sorry, second sector, I think.
Kid is just coming into the double right-hander. That corner is so difficult to navigate if you don't get the line perfect. But let's see what Kid is going to do at the end of the second sector. He's purple. Apparently he's 3/10 up. So how much can he gain in the final sector? Well, got out the way from the... Oh, Kid's lost it. He's in the wall. That was so late. How's that happened?
No idea.
That wasn't even on the exit though, was it? That was really late. Saviour's messed up his lap, so I don't think Saviour's going to be improving either. That was so strange though, the Kid crash there. That made no sense whatsoever.
Not what Kid wanted, especially with being the chaser rather than the chased.
Yeah, the only good thing for him is Saviour's not on pole, so...
Oh, he's lost the back end and clipped the wall just on the entry of the pit lane and lost the wheel.
Oh, it's not been a qualifying to remember for Kid Dynamite. Dumbest Hornet just
then
popped
again,
at 9.
then again, Saviour's not had the best of qualifying because at one point he was provisional pole and now he finds himself starting down in 4th.
Yeah, G-Star's just popped it into P2 as well, but can I just point out the gap?
Yeah.
So even though we've got the Challenger tier, obviously Banstorp is Challenger tier, even though he arguably should be Elite tier.
Technically, you classify him as elite, to be
Yeah,
honest, because of how much of an outstanding driver he's been this season.
But when you put it into perspective, Kaiser Soze, the current champion, by the way, as well, is only 400 slower than him.
He's not far off, yeah. But
So
yeah,
that is some time from him.
Chris Bailey on pole in the Turkish Mobile.
Yeah, it makes me sick when Chris Bailey does well. I hate it.
I'm quite happy because it's. I think it's the first time I'm in the comms box and Chris is on pole, so I'm actually happy for once with that.
Well, I'm just debating whether to bring out the Connor Curse, to be honest. I don't know if MRC-X deserves it or not. Tier 4
Now,
do.
speaking of curses, I think Hodges took it to a new level because he weren't even in the comms box, but he was in the YouTube chat and he cursed the commentators from the YouTube chat. So I think Hodges kind of surpassed you now, to be honest, in my opinion.
You haven't been watching Tier 4. But here's the grid for today. Chris Bailey starts on pole, G-Star in P2. Banstorp in P3, Xavier P4, Kaiser Soze P5, Nick BT in P6, Sergeant Uncle Sam in P7, Doris P8, Dumbest Sword in P9, Error Voice P10, Kid Dynamite, not the quality he wanted in P11, Law P12, Manu on his debut in P13, B17 in P14, Martin in P15, Scottish Ninja in P16, Danny P17, Giban in P18, Biff in P19, and Nikolai on his debut will start from 20th. Who is your prediction to take the victory? Other than Chris Bailey, because I know you're going to say him.
Well, for Challenger, you can't really look past Toby.
I'm going to go with
So
Kaiser.
that's kind of. You're going Kaiser, right? I'll go Toby, you go Kaiser, but I think for Elite, my heart's saying Chris. My heart's saying Chris for the Elite win. I mean, he did it in Japan last week.
Yeah, he did do it in Japan last week. I mean, Chris is
And
definitely
he
a good
loves that
shout,
track.
but I'm going for the man that won the Tier 1 race, G-Star.
So you're going G-Star for Elite, I'm going Chris.
Yeah, and then if we get a safety car, which is always possible, we will take a good look at the liveries, and you can come to a conclusion on your livery of the day.
Well, there's plenty to look at.
There definitely is, and it's very cloudy. It looks a lot cloudier than it actually did in qualifying as well. So I do wonder if we could see some of that wet stuff. This is me trying to bring the Connor Curse out, so there is wet stuff. 24 viewers.
We had. There was rain part way through Tier 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Didn't Tier 2 start wet, if I remember rightly, as well?
No, Tier 2 was bone dry all the way through.
Oh, I think it might have been Tier 3 that started. I don't even know. I thought there was rain in Tier 2. For some reason I was almost certain of it, but then you raced Tier 2, so you know better than me.
Tier 3 started in the wet and ended in the dry.
Oh yeah, that was the one I was watching.
Tier...
because I was watching Gav, my teammate. That's what I was doing. Yeah, I remember now. So, yeah, I'll tell you something though.
If I'm not mistaken, he was being chased down by the Rapid Rambo, because obviously Ryan was reserving Tier 3 that night.
Yeah, I'll tell you something though, looking at the tyres, we've got a very, very good mix here. We've got the front two on mediums, third and fourth on hards, fifth and sixth on mediums, seventh down to ninth on hards, and then Error Voice has started on the softs. Kid and Lorpy have gone for the hards, and then the rest of the field are very split between mediums and hards. So, Error Voice, it'll be interesting to see how many places he can make off the start with soft tyres.
Yeah, I mean, I've just got it up myself and looking at the tyres. Chris, again, is like you say, is on mediums, which is his usual way to go. He usually prefers the medium to the medium-hard strategy. And I can, like, Toby as well, he's gone hard. So he's going hard-medium, which is mainly his preferred strategy.
I think for me, that's the alternative. It depends on the track for me, though. Like, there's some tracks where the alternative is just quicker, and then there's other tracks where the
advantage them on the hards, that if they get damage on lap 1, they can instantly turn their race into a medium, which is not a bad way to go, because obviously I got damage on lap 1 and ended up changing my strategy to a medium.
Yeah, always good. But I think we are gonna...
Oh, single track's missed his grid slot.
Yeah, that's the easy part, stopping the car. I think, is that Chris on pole? I can't see the leaders, I only see the lights. I'm seeing the back of the grid. But Chris is pointing majorly to the right here. To go ultra defensive off the start.
Yeah, he's gone for an aggressive line.
Yeah, he has, and we're underway. Chris looks like he's made a good getaway. I can't actually see what's going on. I can now. Toby's made a brilliant getaway. He's up into P2. G-Star's been bogged down a little bit. Kaiser Soze's also got past Xavier. Xavier's battling side by side with Kaiser Soze. Xavier's kept the position though. That's big for his race. Dumbest Hornets made an absolutely amazing start from P9 up to P6.
Whoa, Martin's round at the back. He's in the wall, so he's lost his wing, lost it out of Tamburello.
Yeah, that is not ideal for
there's
Martin.
Another car round
Dumbest
at
Hornet.
Villeneuve.
Yeah, Dumbest Hornet made a great start, and now he's gone round. That's not ideal for him. So, yeah, but Manu, look at his start
Toby
as well.
leads.
Toby
leads.
Toby does lead. Yeah, he's got past Chris somewhere along the line. But shout out to YouTube Manu as well, by the way. P8 from P4 to P7 now.
He's gained another place.
Round the outside into the chicane. Wow.
Brave.
On Nick BT as well. Wow, that is incredible.
Brave.
Yeah, it definitely was. I'll tell you something though, Era Voice hasn't made the progression you'd expect off the line with those soft tyres.
Yeah, because obviously he's not lost, but he hasn't gained. He's held his position, so he's not done too bad. But like you say, he's not really gained
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here comes
I am
Chris
having
has
some
gone back.
proper glitchy deltas at the moment.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
That's not good. But I think we
B17's round at Tamburello is dropping down.
It's a shame for him. It really is a shame for him. I wonder how much Toby's going to be able to hang on to the... Yeah, Martin's in the pit to be getting wing change.
Yeah.
I wonder how long Toby's going to be able to hang on to Chris
has got
though.
the lead. Yeah, Chris has obviously got the place back, being on the
he took it
the quicker tyre at the moment.
Yeah, it was for, well, I say to turn 1, he took it before they got to turn 1, but Chris now needs to drive off into the distance because Toby's tyres will come back later on in the stint, so interesting.
Toby could come under attack from G-Star behind, who's also on the medium compound.
I'll tell you something though, this could be a really big thing for Toby though, like, he can show himself against the tier 1 boys here, and, you know, big twitch on the exit for Xavier though. Xavier seems to be struggling quite early in this race. His traction out of corners doesn't seem to be the greatest at the moment. So
I think he hasn't found his zone yet. He's probably obviously he's on the hard tyres, so it's waiting for him to get into working temperature and also finding his rhythm. So I mean, Xavier usually comes good later in the races.
He's Mr. Consistent Xavier, isn't he?
Yeah, Kid's just made a move for P7. He's currently side by side with YouTube Manu.
He is. That's a... Oh, they made contact on entry. Oh, that was a bit of a squeeze.
But it was very, very close.
There was a big squeeze, I know that much. YouTube Manu's going seriously defensive on Nick BT now, because Nick BT's sort of sniffing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something though,
he also got 3 seconds earlier in the lap, so Manu obviously has fallen foul of track limits and is the first person to get the penalty.
Yeah, he is. I think Era Voice is not going to be too happy with his start though, being on those soft tyres. So
no, and he's stuck behind Nick BT.
Yeah, I'm going to let Era Voice off with his livery tonight as well, because he was a very last minute joiner, so didn't actually have one ready, so I'm going to let him off with his livery tonight. At least there's no McLaren ones this week. Thanks, Gav.
Kid and Manu flipping going mental into Tamburello, but Manu obviously jeopardised his line through there and ended up losing places to Nick BT and Errorvoice. So Errorvoice gains a place now.
He does, but he's going to need to gain more if he wants to make those softs work. Otherwise, this could really, really cost him. He needs an early safety car as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, speaking of somebody that needs a safety car, is definitely Martin with being that far off the pack at the moment, because obviously he had to pit for repairs on lap 1.
He's not a million miles off being lapped already either, is he? They're only, what, 3 corners behind him, so he needs to try and get some sort of, like, Chris is starting to slowly but surely pull away from Banstorp a little bit here. G-Star is still attached to the rear end as well, but G-Star needs to get that move done because, again, he's on the softer compound than Banstorp. So.
Yes, I mean, Saviour's keeping in close proximity as well, being on the longer first stint.
Yep, he definitely is.
And Kaiser's doing a good job to keeping up with them as well on the medium tyre.
And this is also a good place for Kaiser to prove himself because now that he is Challenger Tier champion, even if I don't know, I can't honestly tell you if he is going up next season or not, but no matter what, he's going to be in the elite tier next year. So
yeah, because it's like when I won Challenger. Yes, I was still in tier 3, but for X I was in elite because of obviously winning the Challenger Championship, so it promoted me into the elite for X.
Yeah, it definitely will. So Kaiser Soze, this is a chance for him to really prove himself, even though he could be one of my competitors next season. So his pace will scare me, but
Kid's hounding the back of Uncle Sam at the moment.
He is. Uncle Sam, he seems to, again, Uncle Sam seems to be another driver struggling a bit with confidence. That car does not seem to be reacting when he wants it to react every time I've been watching him so far. So he just, maybe, again, I think a few of the drivers just haven't quite settled in just yet.
Yeah, they're trying to find their zone at the moment.
The thing is, it's such a difficult track as well, isn't it? Like, just in general.
Yeah, I've got another penalty, Biff, so that's 3 now on track limit penalties as G-Star sets the quickest lap of the race so far with the 19.4.
I've just realised G-Star's got past Toby as well, somewhere.
Oh, he
along
has.
The lines. So, and now G-Star's already in the DRS of Chris.
I think that was with DRS Open down the run to Tamburello because he will pass Toby just before Tamburello, so that will probably.
Oh, Manu's out!
DRS, yeah, Manu's gone. Exit Tamburello,
safety
and
car.
that's a full safety.
There you go, Martin is going to be singing his sweet praises just there. That's also good for Errorvoice because I'd be very surprised if Errorvoice didn't take this opportunity to get off those softs. I think it's too early for everyone else to box currently. But
yeah, if I was Errorvoice, I'd probably obviously box under safety car now because you won't lose as much time.
Yeah. And
slap on the hard tyres and get a long stint in.
Yeah. It's a big shame for Manu though. I do feel bad for him. It's on his MRC debut, so hopefully he can pick his head up from it and come back next week.
I mean, he qualified. What was it? Was it
14th
13th or something? 14th.
Yeah. That's some start, isn't it?
On his first race, and
at the end of lap
he was flying. He was I mean, he was giving Kid Dynamite a proper good scrap.
Yeah.
I know one person that's probably frothing at the moment, Chris, because he probably wouldn't have wanted a safety car with being on those medium tyres.
Yeah, that's not helped him a great deal at all. I tell you something, Errorvoice has come in, but Nick BT's also come in as well. I wonder if Nick BT potentially had contact with Manu.
Errorvoice has gone onto the medium tyres.
Nick's put on the hards, so yeah, it's
Biff's in as well. Biff's gone for the mediums. I think that's a bit too early, to be honest.
Yeah, it might well be. Sorry about the notification there, guys. It's just popped up, but luckily we're under the safety car. Yeah, I think, yeah, I agree with you, definitely. Nick BT, yeah, surely they can't go to the end. You wouldn't think so, would you?
No.
Like, those hard tyres, I mean, unless he's just relying on the fact that, or praying for the fact that there's going to be a late safety car So
we are seeing a bit of sunlight now, so obviously there's a break in the clouds now, so obviously I bet the track's going to start heating up a little bit now with the sun on it.
yeah. I've just realised Dumbest Hornet had a disconnect. Luckily he disconnected under the safety car, so that's a saving grace for him.
Yeah, it's not too bad when you're under safety car, but when you're at race pace and you have a disconnect, it's so infuriating.
Yeah, you go in and you're like P5, you come back and you're like P20 by like 6 seconds.
Yeah,
and you're like,
Martin's come back into the pits and he's gone back on the hards.
Yeah, probably not the worst idea from him, just because
no,
you know, he's on
he's
the tyre.
He's got his mandatory pit stop out the way now, so he's not got to worry about that.
And the good thing is he's on lead lap still, so as well he can catch the pack, and he's now completely neutralised with the rest of them as well, which is great news for him.
And if I'm not mistaken, earlier in the stream you said if we ever have any safety cars, we can have a look at the liveries that the guys have done.
So obviously we've seen Chris's, we spoke about Chris's, that is a nice livery, definitely up there with the best. G-Stars is the same as what he runs every week, but I don't know what you think of it, because obviously I'm not comms every week.
Toby stands out, definitely, with the white and blue.
Yeah, Toby's is very, very nice, apart from the fact that I like
Williams-esque. Looks BMW Williams-esque.
Yeah,
that does.
It definitely does. Saviour's his girlfriend made, so even if you don't like it, just please be nice about it.
Yeah, I've seen that in the Pictures and Media's page on the Discord, and at first glance it looked Alpha inspired, you know, the 2023 Alpha, but now I look closer at it, it's probably not.
Yeah, I agree. Kaiser Soze's I really like. It's really nice. I just like that red.
Kaiser Soze looks very Christmassy with the red and the green.
Yeah, I think it's very nice. Uncle Sam's is very different. It's like a very weird shade of red kind of thing, but it's nice enough. It's okay. What is Kid Dynamite's? It almost looks like an F2 kind of livery, Kid Dynamite's. It looks like the Dams car from F2. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it does kind of give that vibes.
Yeah, Doris's we've already spoke about. Alpine's retro livery. Lorpy's looks like a Dams car. Actually, no, Lorpy's I really like. Lorpy's is really nice.
Yeah, Lorpy's is very nice.
Yeah, that is something very, very different. Scottish Ninjas looks like it's a Renault, but not a Renault, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's got a Renault look to it.
Yeah, RFC Danny's. I actually like Danny's. His is really nice as well.
Very, very Scottish. Very Scottish.
Very Rangers-y.
Is Danny's. Yeah.
Let's have a look at Gibbons.
Gibbon.
Yeah, it looks almost like the Haas, other than the red nose. Next season's Haas.
If you change the red to white, then you probably would definitely say you got the 2023 Haas with that one.
Yeah, Dumbest Hornets. Actually, I like Dumbest Hornets. That's very nice as well. It's like a pinky purple with a blue, and it's very luminous kind of thing.
Yeah.
Carl's left the session, oh no. Do you need an invite?
I'm having connection issues.
It says you've left the session, so I've invited you back.
Yeah, I'm glitching out a bit, so I'll try and get in, but...
Yeah, no problem, I've re-invited you, but anyway, we are probably going to have safety car in this lap, because Martin has come. He's caught the pack. Martin's also got a penalty. What has Martin got a penalty for? He's got a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. So all of his good work and getting on the pack is going to have cost him. Because now he's got a drive-through. But when is Chris going to go? I would likely say it'll probably be out the second Ravazza. Let me know if you need another invite at any point, Carl. So.
Yeah, I'm trying right now.
No problemo. But let's see what Chris can do. When's Chris going to go? Mr. Blowhole Bailey. He's gone out the first Rabatza and he's really caught G-Star napping. Wow, that was... Oh, Kaiser's round! He's gone at the second Rabatza. That's not going to have helped him at all. He's dropped. He just lost it on traction. I think he got a bit too throttle happy. But we're going to be 4 wide down the straight. Oh no, this can't happen. We can't get 2 wide according to George Russell and Bottas. We're 3 wide. Lorpy's gone up the inside. He's taken all 3 of them. Wow, what a move from Lorpy. That was incredible. But let's see what else is going on. Doris is right on the back of Kid. Kid's had a great restart. And now guess what? Kid is on the back of his championship protagonist, Saviour. So that is the next point of call for Kid Dynamite. Is all good, Carl? Or are you alive, dead? What's going on? Okay, we'll come back to you.
I may need to restart. So
yeah, not a problem. All right, I'll catch you very soon. Try your best. I'll keep running. But let's have a look. Toby is right on the back of Mr. G. So you're restarting, yeah? Right, let's see. Sorry about the notification. I always get that. I can't, even with notifications off, I can't help that one. But Toby is on the back. But let's have a look at Saviour. He's the next man. He's going to be coming for Mr. Toby. I don't think he's quite going to be close enough, but he's going to want to put a gap between him and Kid, but he's not quite close enough. Obviously, he will not have DRS yet. But that battle is going to be intense for the rest of this race, because obviously now with Kid coming, Saviour needs to not panic, but needs to be careful, because he doesn't want Kid gaining any points on him if he can help it, especially when every point matters. As things stand, the gap would increase to 12 points for the final race, but we shall see. Chris has had a really good restart. He's now 1.4 clear of G-Star. So G-Star's dropped off a bit. Oh, Kid's lost it. Kid's round. Oh my God, Kid's round. That is... Oh, he's lost it again. He's overheated. Oh, Kid. It has not been a day to remember for him so far. Oh, it's a massive shame for Mr. Dynamite. He's going to be kicking himself after that. It's an easy place to do it at, but he is going to be absolutely gutted. Kaiser Soze with a 5-second penalty. That's also not going to be ideal at all. Obviously, Martin's still right at the back because of the fact that he had that drive through for the Delta under the safety car. Let's see what else is going to go on. Toby's right on the back of G-Star in the battle for P2 at this moment in time. So let's see how this is going to go down. So, oh, Error Voice has made a place. He's now ahead of Nick BT. So that's good for him. On lap 12, we've still got 20 or so laps to go. So still a lot to play for. Kid's past Nick BT, which is great news for him. Toby's still right on the back of G-Star. I wonder how long those medium tyres are going to go for, though. That is the real question at this moment in time. So I wonder how Carl is getting on. I do hope he can get back in for his own sake, but at the minute he seems to be struggling. Oh, he's back. He's back. Saviour, though, still on the back of Toby as well. But Toby is catching Bandstorm. Toby is catching Bandstorm. Toby is catching G-Star. So, how quickly can Toby make those places up? All good, Carl?
Hopefully.
Hoping so. Do you need, you should have the invite I sent you, shouldn't you? That should still work, hopefully.
Fingers crossed it does. I'll let you know otherwise.
Yeah, Dumbest Hornets just made up a place. He's got past Lorpy. Just to update you a little bit, Kid Dynamite's had a spin.
Oh dear, that's not going to help his title chances.
No, he's down in P13 now, and he was right on the back of Saviour when he had the spin as well. That is definitely not ideal for him. Nick BT is in the pits. I wonder if something's happened to him. He's got a wing change, so he's had contact with someone or a wall or something, so that is not going to be ideal for him. But I tell you something, Toby, Saviour, G-Star, that is going to become an absolute gigantic battle for P2. So it's definitely going to be interesting between those guys to see who can finish where, that is for sure. I'll tell you something, Martin's done well, he's caught back up to the pack somewhat, so Martin is going to be delighted with that. I think Nikolai or Kaiser Soze may have just had a moment somewhere, but let's see. Is Saviour going to be close enough to launch one on Toby here? That is the question. Can Saviour get Toby? Saviour will be getting ever frustrated as well, but he's just about not close enough. Bandstop's not quite close enough either to G-Star. Are you back in, Carl?
Game's very slow loading up, so just bear with me.
No problem.
I do apologise for this to people watching and yourself, Connor.
That's all good, don't worry about that. I'm just more worried that you can actually get it and more focused on helping you more than anything. But let's continue on, because Toby is still right up the rear end of G-Star. Can he make that move? I'm wondering if the guys on mediums now, their tyres may be starting to go. Nikolai's got 3 seconds, that's not ideal for him. Martin is now approaching him as well, so it'll be interesting to see that. Is Danny about to make a move on Kid Dynamite? If he is, that could be the greatest thing to ever happen to him, and I think it'll be one he'll remember forever. Kid is weaving, he's not got any heat in those tyres. So let's see what happens. But let's see, Dumbest Hornet, still the man currently in P8. Oh, Carl's back in. Hello, Mr. Edens. Is everything good?
Taking its sweet time still, so just bear with. Bear with, it's still taking its sweet time.
You're getting there slowly.
Nearly there though.
Yeah, lovely. But let's see, Lorpy right on the back.
Doing a Joby Clarkson about now, trying to egg it on. Come on!
You're going to be like screaming Richard in a minute, aren't you? But Lorpy is on the back of Mr. Hornet. Hornet's had a big twitch out. There she came. Oh, Hornet had a big moment. He's into P8 now, so that is not ideal for him. Let's see. G-Star's now within a second of Chris. I wonder if Chris has had a little moment somewhere, which has lost him a tiny little bit of time, but we're a lap away and we're about halfway distance into the race, so it's going to become interesting, that is for sure. But I've got a feeling Saviour may be able to launch one a little bit here on Toby. So are you in, Carl? All good? You can see? Or not? I hope so. But let's see, Saviour is on the back of Mr. Toby Bandstorp, so
I'm on lap 16, but it's like they've literally just done a race start, so I don't know if I'm in the lobby or not. Connor, I don't know if I'm in the lobby or not, because it's in a different lobby, because I've literally just done a race start. So I don't think I'm in the lobby again.
Oh no, this isn't making any sense at all. I don't really know what's going on there with your race at the minute. Oh, he's left the party. That is not ideal at all, but we will continue on. Toby is still around about half a second off of G-Star in P2. So let's continue on. Oh, dealt a glitch from Martin, that's not ideal. No said sorry for the safety car, it's not your fault, mate, it's a debut, these things happen. But it's good to have you here with us. But it looks like I'm going solo for a little bit, so we shall continue on. Let's have a look. Lorpy's in a big battle with Dumbest Hornet. But he's also now got Kid Dynamite, who's on the recovery. Kid Dynamite is side by side, heading down to turn 1, but Kid's got Dumbest Hornet in the way, they're 3 wide. What a move from Kid, and Dumbest Hornet's lost 2 in one corner. Wow, that was absolutely sensational from Kid Dynamite. And how those 3 ended in no contact, George Russell and Bottas, you two might want to make notes on that one. Let's see, Saviour's got past Toby as well, which I've missed somewhere. Now Saviour is right on the rear end of G-Star. These moves for Saviour are ever so important. Those mediums are obviously starting to go off slowly but surely. So let's have a little look. Is Saviour going to be close enough to Mr. Bailey to be able to get the move done? That is the question right now. I think he's going to Mr. G-Star, sorry, not Mr. Bailey. But I tell you something cool. Oh, Toby's gone really wide. G-Star's in, so that releases Kid, but it's also releases Saviour, but it's also going to now bring him under a bit of pressure from Toby behind. But no, Toby's not actually pushing that much. He's not looking to make a move. Actually, Saviour did still have DRS. I did forget about that. Doris also in. I think Doris is going to be in for the mediums. That's quite early for the hard runners to be boxing though, because obviously he still has to take 14 laps, which is doable because if you look at Chris, he's taking them 17 at the minute, so he's a good example. Error Voice, you're going to think, would have to pit again because he's not going to be able to do 14 more laps on those tyres. I'm pretty certain of that. Dumbest Hornet and Lorpy, them two have been stuck to each other for the entire race, pretty much. That's the battle for 7th place at the moment. So, but the issue is they both still have to pit, and they'll both be on mediums as well, which is going to be interesting. Good recovery from Martin as well. He's now up to P12. Obviously Martin's likely to have to pit again, you would think, possibly as well. Actually, he might be okay, you know. He's done 12 laps. He's got foot. No, okay, that's going to be a lot of laps on those tyres. So he's not going to be fancying it too much, I don't think. But if he can make them last, he could be getting into at least the top, maybe 7-ish sort of area. Chris Bailey is in. Toby's also in. That's a bit early, like Toby. So Chris has made those tyres last a very, very long time. But now the championship leader takes the lead of the race. Is Chris going to get out in front of Kid? You would think he might do. He's not. So Kid is actually going in front of them. The issue is for Kid. Kid could really do with a safety car this late on. I'm not going to lie to you, because it means he will start to close up to the back of the pack a little bit. I'd say something. It's good to see Nikolai Lima on his debut. He's having a solid race there in P15, so he'll be pretty happy with that. Dumbest Hornet is now pit. He's come in for the medium tyres. Let's have a little look at the penalties, because we don't actually know. Oh god, I'm clicking on the wrong thing here. I'm an idiot. Penalties, there you go. So Biff is on 6 seconds, Dumbest Hornet is on 3, Nikolai's on 6, so that's not ideal. Danny's just got past him as well, but Danny's on 3 and Gibbon's also on 3. So there's not actually many penalties spread across the field here, to be completely honest. So we've got a bit of calm right now, like the gaps are all fairly spread. Someone's had a moment in Sector 1, I am unsure who that is. Scottish Ninja's also had connection difficulties because he's now just got back in. But it's good that he is back in, so that is a definite positive. Dumbest Hornet's got a penalty somewhere along the line as well. Scottish Ninja still hasn't taken control of his car as of yet. Hopefully he can get that back rather quickly. So definitely going to be intriguing. Saviour at the minute is in P. He's pitted, so he's come in for the mediums. Uncle Sam's also pitted on this lap as well. What else is currently going on as we sit here? Not a great deal. So Chris, Error Voice has made a lot of places up here, but he's almost definitely gonna have to pit again. Error Voice will be praying for a late safety car, because if he does get one, he's going to be right in the mix for the P3 sort of area. Nikolai's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's a massive shame for him. It's not been the greatest debut, but I'm sure he'll just be happy to still be going. It's great to see him still going in the race as well. But Error Voice, Lorpy's currently second as well. Be interesting to see where he comes out in comparison to Dumbest Hornet, who's Obviously the man he's been fighting with for the majority of the race. But let's have a little look. What's the closest battle at the minute we have? The closest battle is actually G-Star and Saviour. So Saviour actually managed to jump G-Star on the pit stops. But Saviour is on the newer tyre, but obviously they'll be cold because he just put them on. I don't think he's quite going to be close enough though this time around. Hello Carl, welcome back.
I really apologise for all of this.
Not a problem at all. Don't worry about that. I am just currently trying to talk everyone with my wonderful voice through this race. Oh, yellow in sector 1 and 2. Is that Giban? I think it may well be. It might be. But let's hope you're not seeing a race start this time. That's all I hope.
Fingers crossed.
Your connection seems to be better. You're actually hearing me when I'm talking this time rather than replying 50 seconds after I say something to you. So,
I'm...
Yeah. Hopefully you come back
I seen. I'm in the correct space because Kid's leading, if I'm not mistaken.
Kid is leading. There is pit stops. He hasn't pitted yet, but he is leading currently. Yes. Lorpy's actually caught up to him though. Lorpy's showing some really good pace. I'm wondering if those hard tyres are starting to slowly but surely come back to him. Toby's also right on the back of Chris now. Chris is going to be under pressure in the late end of this race because he's now on the hard tyres and obviously Toby's on the mediums with Saviour. Kid is in. I'm not surprised by that at all. But
Lorpy carries on though.
Lorpy does carry on. Lorpy's fight is with Dumbest Hornet. Them two have been scrapping the entire race. Dumbest Hornet pit. Tell you something though, Martin, look at his recovery.
Yeah, I can see he's in P9 on those hards that he went back on under the safety car.
You would think it's very likely he's going to have to pit again, because otherwise it's going to be 26 laps on a set of hard tyres.
Yeah, I would say he's probably, he's more than likely got to pit again, definitely.
Oh, look, Doris and G-Star side by side into the Milner chicane. And that was...
that Tozer chicane,
sorry,
just
idiot.
Correct you.
Idiot alert, sorry, yeah. That was my bad.
Doris gets the place at Piratello.
There was a bit of wheel banging though. We may potentially see that one in the stewards. I could be... It wouldn't surprise me.
No quarter given from the looks of it. Absolutely no quarter given.
No, it was definitely hard racing to say the very, very least. But let's have a look. Toby right on the rear now of Chris. Chris is going to start to increasingly come under pressure. Chris would have been hoping to catch Lorpy at a much higher rate here because he could really right now...
Yeah,
Lorpy's
speaking
in.
of Lorpy is in, so Chris takes the lead back. Toby's in DRS.
I don't think Toby's going to be close enough. This straight is going to run out before he can get close enough, sadly for him.
He's too far back.
But I tell you what is impressive, these two are currently pulling away from Saviour, who is on newer mediums than both of them. So, Lorpy's pit for softs.
Bold move.
10 laps might...
Unless that's a mistake.
9 laps might be... No, I think I can... I kind of understand why he's done it, but I think 9 laps might be a bit much.
It's a bit of a stretch, though.
Yeah, I mean, if a safety car came out about now, he'd be absolutely loving life, wouldn't he?
He'd be laughing. He'll be laughing all the way to the front of the grid.
And you know what Connor usually... you don't often watch Tier 4, but Connor usually says safety car, and then we see a safety car, but... Maybe my powers go for MRC-X on a Friday.
It doesn't seem to have worked today, though, has it?
No, I think for MRC-X, it just deletes my powers for like 1 week. Tier 4, literally, I call the entire race before the race even starts. But
well, the battle for the lead is about to get juicy because you got Saviour getting right onto the back of Toby now, so we're gonna have a three-way scrap for this race win.
Saviour's also got a penalty I've just picked up on. He's got 3 seconds, so Saviour needs to get those moves done. Where's Kid at the minute?
Mind you, though,
Kid's well
Kid's
down
in 13th, so if it finishes as it is now, would you say Saviour has won Elite?
I need to work this out because Kid will only score. No, Kid will get 1 point. Saviour needs to go up to second to win the title. Because
he's in second as it is.
Yeah, there's 11 elite tiers today, 11 elite tiers today.
Because at the moment he's second in elite.
Toby's
Toby's leading
Toby's
challenger.
not elite tier, is he? I forgot
No,
about
he's
that.
not.
Right,
So he's currently net P2 in elite.
yeah. So there is 11 elite tier races today, which means Kid Dynamite and Nick BT will both get a point. Them two will both get a point. So as things stand, yes, Saviour will be champion. He'll gain. Oh, 10 seconds for Kid!
Oh,
Oh,
where's he done that?
Could be
Oh, he's
it.
off as well. He's down. Oh dear, he's down in 17th now.
Oh, yeah, this could well be title game, set and match today
I think
for
we've
Saviour.
just witnessed the Dynamite just implode.
Yeah, something's gone horribly wrong for Kid today. Your heart does kind of go out to him a little bit, doesn't it? Because it's like, it's just so unlucky. But
yeah,
the thing is, I don't see G-Star making up this gap either currently, because
I mean, it's a Toby keeps showing his showing a hand here and there, just popping
Biff's
out
out.
of. Biff's gone, and it's a safety car, full safety.
Oh, so the only thing is, I do wonder if we may see that Kid 10 seconds in the
That is a
stewards.
call, because
But
it is
the other thing is, whenever this safety car comes in, he's only going to get, if he does get it out, off of course, he's only going to get the racing laps left because it is 10 seconds.
quite a few of the back markers are coming in to get on the soft tyre.
Yeah,
this could be interesting for Lorpy.
I think we may see Chris come in here, you know. I have a feeling Chris may. To be honest, I have a feeling a lot of them might, to be honest. I'll tell you something, this
We'll
also helps
see.
this also helps Martin as well. This brings Martin somewhat back into play quite considerably.
Yeah, because I can guarantee Martin will probably put a set of softs on, because obviously he's going to have to pit again anyway.
Oh, Chris has tried the little dupe. He tried the dupe, didn't he?
Ooh.
Yeah, Chris went for the little dummy there, and
Mind games.
I thought Toby was going to go, but G-Star's come in, as has Uncle Sam.
Yeah. I can definitely tell there's fun and games in that party chat I usually go in, because Chris and Toby are both in there, so I'm guessing they're going to be having fun and games at the moment with being 1 and 2.
The only thing I would say is, if one of them came in, I feel like most of them would have done, to be completely honest. But I tell you who this doesn't help. This doesn't help Saviour. This doesn't now. This doesn't now secure his title today, because the issue is he's now got drivers that are either on the same tyre or quicker tyres behind him, and he's also got that penalty as well. Remember,
Lorpy, obviously, because Lorpy got on the soft tyres early, he is the front runner, but he's already done 3 laps on them. But mind you, one of those is probably will be under safety car, so it'd be interesting to see what his tyre wear's like.
Yeah,
but
it definitely will.
You've got Hornet. Between. You got Hornet and Doris in between Lorpy and Saviour, so you got at least 2 medium runners between the 2 cars. So Saviour has got a buffer, but not much.
Yeah, he has, but he really the issue he's got is, because Chris is on the slower tyre at the minute, it could end up costing him, because of the fact that him and Toby are likely to be fighting quite a little bit for. Because as much as Toby,
the safety car will probably be out for probably at least another lap.
Yeah.
At least. So.
It's definitely.
It depends where Chris decides to go on this restart, because obviously he'd want to definitely try and catch Toby out as much as possible, because of obviously being on the slower tyre.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Saviour's main worry now pretty much is Lorpy in P6, because
he's got to. What class is Doris? Is he?
Doris is
elite?
tier 2, so he's elite class as well, but they've got the same penalties.
Yeah, and Hornet also is on a penalty, so...
Yeah, he's elite as well, so those guys are still up there, and obviously if they want to beat Saviour, If either of them two get past Xavier, that means the title, no matter where Kid finishes, will go on to next week, because 15 points will leave Xavier with a 25-point lead.
Yeah.
So
if Kid's, I don't think Kid's got the stream on at all, but he has no idea where or who is around Xavier. So all he's literally got to hope and pray that whoever's around Xavier races him and races him hard.
I do wonder though, because I don't actually know what Kid got that 10 seconds for, so it does make me wonder, will we see it in the stewards?
I weren't even looking at the track map, so I don't even know where he got it on track either.
Yeah, I do wonder if that may have been a glitch somewhere, and potentially, or maybe he had contact which forced him off the road or something, and we may see it in the stewards. But don't forget as well, he's only going to get so much removed because of the last safety car. But Martin's just said in the YouTube chat, from 23 seconds behind 19th to here feels alright. Yeah, great recovery.
I mean, I had to rely on 2 safety cars to get me back into the race on Monday, because obviously getting damaged lap 1 because I accidentally couldn't avoid my teammate, so I ended up colliding with the side of my teammate, and then I got a drive through as well, so that put me off the pack again. So, and I managed to finish 11th on the track, so it is doable.
A good recovery. Yeah, definitely. And this is a track where, to be honest, safety cars are pretty high, because there's a lot of traction zones where you can lose it, and the wall is not far away from the track either, is it?
Nikolai Lima has just come in to put on a set of softs on.
Oh, that
changed. I mean, he could have done it a bit earlier, but it's not like his. Lorpy's just tumbled down the order for some reason. He's dropped it under safety car, so Lorpy down into 17th now.
Yeah, he must have had a moment somewhere under the safety car. But I'll tell you something, what we're going to do quickly, because I don't think you ever gave it. Do you want to give your livery of the day?
Oh.
With me, you get put on the spot.
Well, from what are the liveries I've seen, because obviously I've been having tech issues.
Yeah.
Because it stands out and it does actually look nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Martin's purple and yellow.
Yeah, that was going to be my honourable mention. I'm actually going to give it to Kaiser Soze, though, because I love his. But I also really like YouTube Manu's as well.
Yeah. But my honourable mention would have to be Chris's, because of the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Martin's gonna have my honourable mention, but I'm gonna give my livery of the day vote to Chris for the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Plus, it looks nice anyway.
No, Chris does look nice, and he will also get the extra honourable mention. But I am
gone already.
He's gone at the same place.
Yep,
same place he did on the last restart, which I think you missed because of the connection. But yeah, he's done the same thing again.
I heard where you said he went just out of Rivatsa 1.
This could be game changing. Doris is side by side with Xavier into turn 1. He's looked round the outside, he's got the inside for 2, they make contact, Xavier's gone off! And through goes Thomas Hornet, he's into P3. Doris is now ahead of Xavier, it's been an absolute disaster for Xavier. Doris has gone off, he's in the gravel. Oh wow. Wow, that
put Xavier third in Elite, because obviously Dunbar's Hornet's a tier 2 driver.
And
so
can I just say, Toby's taken the lead.
He has.
Where did that didn't happen into turn 1, I'm almost certain of it, because Chris dropped him.
No, it happened, I think it happened either before or after Piratello.
Wow, it
was ahead before Acqua Minerale.
Yeah. That is for sure, but I tell you something, Xavier now if he wants to get it done today, I mean, even if he doesn't...
Oh, we've got a yellow further back.
Yeah, we have, I think might be
Kid
Nick
Dynamite
BT.
was caught up in that as well.
Yeah, Nick BT and Kid have come together, they have.
Yeah.
Kid's got another 10 seconds, oh my goodness, what is going on? The championship is imploding in front of his eyes.
Chris is trying to go around the outside of Toby and makes it. Chris around the outside of Toby just before turn one.
Yep, I just caught the end of that. But I tell you something, I think no matter what, even if Saviour does finish third here, as much as it's still mathematically not done, I think. Oh, 5 seconds for Kid spinning in the pit lane this day. He's retired in the pits.
He's kicking himself. He's absolutely kicking himself. As RST Dan is retired in the pit lane as well.
Disaster for Kid. This could be the championship.
Yeah, Martin's made a mistake somewhere at the Tozer hairpin.
I think Martin's jinxed himself a little bit because he put that in YouTube chat and now he's had a moment, but that is a shame.
I'm just saying, Connor, the scrap for this lead is really juicy with Chris and Toby right now.
Yeah, I'm on it right now because Toby is probably going to have to run down to turn one. The only overtaking spot really on this track, so...
Yeah, and you've got to take full advantage of it.
You do.
Mind you, if you get a good run out of Tozer, you can probably make a move just before Piratella as you run up the hill.
Yeah, but you've got to be absolutely precise with it. Dumbest Hornet's gone super defensive behind on Saviour as well. Let's see, is Toby going to be close enough? He's not quite. They still haven't got DRS this lap either, have they? But Dumbest Hornet holds on to Saviour. Kid has left the session. That's a humongous shame for him. But
you would think, though, that those mediums are probably screaming about now, probably, because Chris is probably on the favourable tyre now.
Yeah, it was about this point
Kaiser's gone.
Oh, the champion is out. There's not going to be a safety car because it's simply just too late.
Yeah, that was between Tamburello and Villeneuve.
Martin's in the pits as well, so that's not ideal for him.
Yeah, he's probably got damage after losing it out of the Tozer hairpin.
Yeah, he'll be kicking himself with that one. Chris is starting to pull a little bit.
Yeah, those hard tyres are probably in better condition than Toby's mediums, but I know how much of a damn good racer Toby is, and he will not give up without a damn good fight, and Chris does not bend over for anybody, that's for sure.
No, this is going to be definitely... The thing is, if he's going to get it done, he
Toby's
kind of needs to get it done now though, doesn't he? This is his last real chance. Let's have a look, let's go on board with Toby. He is closing, he's closing, but it's not going to be enough. He's not going to be able to get it done, so unless Chris makes a mistake, which usually if I say someone's name they make a mistake, so Chris, go on, spin, Chris, spin. Go on, Chris. He's not listening, I know he won't be, and if he is, he's going to kill me after.
Saviour is now back in second in Elite,
he is, which means championship. Yeah, it will be a championship as things stand for Saviour, but actually it won't be.
Won't it?
No, because he's not 3 seconds clear of G-Star.
Oh, crud.
So, as things stand...
It'll go to Silverstone, but it's a very, very slim chance. Kid's got a chance.
It's going to take a Saviour DNF is what it's going to take at this point.
Yeah.
But...
Martin's had a mistake at Rivazza.
Oh, he's going to be kicking himself after such a great recovery.
Saviour's right on Toby's gearbox.
He is, but this isn't good for him because he needs it. He's got 5 tenths. He's got half a second.
Toby's not helping at all.
Saviour's going to do it. Saviour's done it.
He is. He's 3.
He's got the gap. Oh my God, Saviour. Chris wins, but Saviour is your champion.
Saviour.
He's done it! He actually... Oh, wow!
Nail biting!
What happened to G-Star on that last lap? He gained a second!
I don't know, but... Saviour must have pulled something out of the hat, because out of...
Dumbest Hornet had a moment somewhere as well.
Out of Variante Alta, Saviour was right up Toby's gearbox, going on the run down to Rivazza, but...
I do wonder if maybe Saviour...
Bailey with a cracking win.
Yeah, that's a great win for him. I do wonder if Saviour and Dumbest may have come together, because Dumbest was in front of Saviour. But, and obviously, Dumbest has dropped to 10th, but provisionally at least, Saviour is your Elite Tier champion, but Chris Bailey, you would call it a pretty much dominant race, wouldn't you? I'd say he had it virtually in control. I know Toby was there, but...
Well,
Either way,
whenever
they're
Chris
both winners.
gets
They're both winners.
Yeah.
So,
to be honest, when Chris gets the opportunity, he is very well controlled and all of that, like you need to be.
yeah. Right, I'm just going to run through results really quick, and then we'll come back to it. But Bailey takes the win.
Yep.
Bandstop second. Saviour in third. G-Star fourth. So Uncle Sam comes in P5. Sixth for Error Voice. Seventh for Doris. Great recovery from B17. And Scottish Ninja as well, P9. Something happened to Dumbest at the end, but he'll be kicking himself, P10. Nick BT, P11. Loppy, P12. Giban in P13. Nikolai Lima in P14 on his debut. Not a bad result at all. Single Track in P15. He's the last classified runner. Well, yeah, kind of. Kaiser, Danny, Kid, Biff, and Manu all DNF. You've got to feel sorry for Kid on his final race. You don't know what happened, but something crazy went down. But Saviour is at least provisionally your elite tier champion, which is another title claimed and done. But Carl, who's your driver of the day?
Ooh, that's a tricky one, but because of how controlled and calm he was under pressure, the amount of pressure he was under from Toby, I'd have to give it to Chris, because the amount of pressure he was under from Toby from pretty much the start.
Yeah. But I'm going to go with Toby, actually, because he's just shown that he can battle it with the Tier 1 boys.
Oh, speaking of that, both my predictions were right, Toby and Chris.
Yeah, they were. You did very well.
Give me a shiny!
That's you. Banned for making predictions ever on my streams again. but that is it for MRC-X. 2 titles crowned, and that is it, done and dusted. But we will be back next week in Silverstone, where I've got a few special guest commentators with me for the 100% showdown at Silverstone. It is the last race of season 9 before we get underway for our anniversary season in season 10. But next week we'll be at Silverstone. Tier 2, don't forget, 7 o'clock. I don't know who the commentary teams are for. Oh, it's me and Chris.
Neither do I.
Me and Chris are Tier 2. That's who it is.
Oh,
Tier 1.
Oh, Lord, God help us.
Tier 1, I have no idea, but it'll be back at 8:45. But everyone, thank you for watching. We had a lot of viewers tonight, but I hope you all enjoyed. Carl, thank you for joining me.
Pleasure.
Yeah, and I'll be with you again in the box in Tier 4 on Wednesday. But
hopefully I won't have any tech problems by then.
Hopefully not, but we will be back next week. Have a good one, everyone. Enjoy your weekend and take care. Goodbye.